Hello friends, I'm Renuka. Welcome back to my channel, and this is kind of a project where we are going to use positive and negative dies. And I already made this video 5 cards with this Spellbinders January month die, and today still I want to make some more cards with it. These flowers are pretty cute and very delicate, so I'm planning to use this Simplicity adhesive paper bag. Now this paper have a quality that it is adhesive bag. Most of the times I use it for the scrapbooking where the detailed fine cuts are there. You can see that I already cut the Celebrate and shares there, and I used that in my previous project. I bought this from Michael's. I don't know they have it more or not. I have this paper quite a while with me, and but if you don't have this kind of specialty paper, what you can do, you just add the full adhesive on the back of your pattern paper like this, or you can use the adhesive sheets for that, and then you can die cut. So I went ahead and die cut these flowers. Now there are 3 different flowers in this die and one leaf die here. So I didn't go much I didn't cut out each flower with each color. I just select for this a sky blue color, for this one is yellow, and these leaves green, and another flower with pink, just because I don't want to make it more colorful. You can go ahead and keep it as simple. You can just go ahead and use only 2 colors. Now I just want to make this card pretty versatile, so you can use it for any kind of occasion. So I don't yet decided that which sentiment I will put there. Now here I'm just putting these flowers all around with on this paper. This is like a charcoal paper, it's not a true black, and I have the card base, top folding card base with the same paper. These are pretty lightweight papers, but I don't mind because most of the times I make layers of paper, so they're gonna sustain with that way. Now this is MFT's Blueprint 27 die, as well as Amazon Stitch Rectangle die. It is the second one. Most of the times if you see my video, I love to use these combinations. So more or less these two are kind of combined, and I put them just like that, so each time they cut a nice layer with that, and I just put them just like that. So I will just speed up the process afterwards. These dies having adhesive packs, so it's really easy to stick them, but you can go ahead and do this procedure with the normal paper, and then you can just put any liquid glue will do for that. Now when I cut this paper, I cut these in such a way that I will get a border kind of thing, something like this. So when I die cut out, I make sure that it is gotta get a side of A2 cards, as well as if I want to place them in this way to get the 3 flowers. The 4th will not get in this border, so I cut a little bit wisely because they're having sticky back and I don't want to lose this beautiful paper. So we're going to use these negatives also to make a card. And now everything else is quite a simple process. I just want to put things all together. So I just one of my viewer asked me that how I use my stash and what I do. So most of the times I cut the paper such a way that I can use this in an upcoming project. Of if the paper is like the pattern paper or kind of like this paper, then I put the remaining leftover from the same paper pad, maybe put them in a Ziploc bag or something, and the papers like the white or black, I just store them in a different way in front of my workspace, so that I can grab them, the small pieces, whenever I need it. But most of the times I try to use all of papers at the same time. Means I already made some cards with this and I have left over, then I try to make more cards with this. Sometimes I make videos, sometimes I don't, but I try to use those leftover at the same time, cause most of the times I die cut more papers than I needed. So it's the easiest way to use and utilize them. At the same time you can have the more cards in your stash, or you can get more creative with them. So but soon I'll make a special video on this, that how you can store and make all the best use of your stash. And another thing I want to share here is, whenever you have lots of scraps and lots of things, then just take a time, sort out them at that moment. I mostly did that once a month, or like in between 20 days. and then I try to just get rid of them and make some more projects with them. So otherwise you're gonna have a piles of scrap and you don't know how to use them, or you just want to, you know, kind of sorting them is more hectic process. So I do that way, but soon I will make a detailed video on that. So this completes the first card. I first of all hit emboss the things, but somehow I don't like that, so I put that on white, and then I put on over it. I don't want to cut that part. I want to show you sometimes if you don't like the things you can change them a little bit. Then here I am again using the leftover of that paper and kind of creating front of my card base. Most of these dies are Spellbinder dies. These dies first came in kit called my monthly kit, Maker Smart monthly kit, and but it's kind of a Spellbinder once, and now they changed the name and it is like Spellbinders. So I have the video series where you can see the Maker Smart die of the month kit, but basically it's a Spellbinder kit. So soon I will change the name also, and you can have more look and how you can deck it out and gonna use more use of your dies there. Most of the times in each way I try to make different kind of cards rather than making a same pattern and same thing, and kind of giving more ideas. In that way I use more creativity and the same time stretch my muscles to do that. These are quite a simple cards using the negative spaces and positive spaces, so you have a really less scrap in that way, no wastage of paper. It's also used for the beginners as well as the intermediate and more crafters, because they can use this more creatively, more intricately. And the combination I use the most of the pattern papers, so I really love that how they turn out. You can make this in a bulk also, because these are quite a simple process and not many things. Now you can see that how I can use the same border in a different way here, and how wisely you can cut your paper. And if you want to hide something, you can use this thin strips of washi tape, which I will use right now, because I want to add little bit of something different or touch of gold in this card. You can hide the fine details by using washi tape or your glitter pens or your white pens for dotted effects, and you can just make a simple card a little bit wow or a little bit nicer one. And you don't have to make every time the complicated card, but you can use the simple procedures to make your card look more wow in that way, and you don't have to spend much time for that. Now I already made the 5 cards with these die cuts, but I have like want to do something more, so I decided to use these same die sets, and these Enjoy the Sentiments are also from the Spellbinders die of the month kit. So I just want to use the Spellbinders product mostly, but you can go ahead and use your stash and whatever you have with you, you can use that for making these kind of cards. Although I listed all the products below in the list, and you can go ahead on Spellbinders blog, or you can go ahead on Spellbinders site and you can see more dies there, and it's quite a cheap one, but it's nice quality, as Spellbinders is like one of the nice company in a crafter business. I when start my crafting, I first of all purchased the Spellbinders and Sizzix die, I still remember, and this is how I started my paper crafting, not paper crafting but card crafting things. Now I just want to add little bit of sentiment, and so I decided to add this with first of all white, but it didn't work properly for me. It is a pigment from Colorbox. Then I use Hero Arts stamp stain remover, and then I just put the another with the black. This is the another many thank you from the Spellbinders itself, and these dies are come in a set once in a kit, but I don't know if they still are available or not, but you can use the different one and get a same kind of effect in that. So you can see Now I'll just speed up the process, cause everything I'll do in all these cards are I'm just adding little bit of details and white dots and some of the new drops and just using positive and negative spaces. So just enjoy and listen to music. So these are quite simple projects I use where dies and create a different kind of cards with the same kind of supplies, and these are quite a simple one, the basic one, so it's nice for the beginner series. Also mostly I use the pattern paper, no coloring, not much detail, no much stamping in here, so you can go ahead and use your dies and only the pattern papers to get more idea. I just want to put you kind of giving idea that how wisely you can use your dies, and at the same time you can see that I'm using my scraps to get rid of scraps. At the same time I get a nice beautiful cards. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook and my blog too. If you like my channel, do subscribe to it to watch more such videos, and if you have any kind of special request that you want that I should show this kind of card or any paper project, let me know. I try my best. I love to read your comments. I really appreciate your love and you are giving me time to write something for me. It really make my day. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.